Garmin Nuvi 265T.
Old school from 2008. Just got it, just updated it to version 7.8, and that is the final, as far as I know, firmware release for this. 2008, oh yeah, that was a long time ago. And yes, I said this was a 265T, meaning traffic support. And yes, I did receive the original GTM 25 that came with it, with this ridiculous gum stick antenna on it. It might be ridiculous, but it works. I might actually do some video editing on this one because in order to show the traffic capabilities, I had to bring it outside, plug it into the car, and I didn't use the GTM 25, I actually used the GTM 35 to see if it would work. Oh my god, it worked. It still works. And yep, I went ahead and updated this in not so honest ways to 2022.2 maps for all of North America, or Garmin's version of North America, I should say. So yeah, and yes, this is a very good example of this. This was well taken care of. Either that or it was hardly used. When I booted this thing, stone dead battery, amazingly still holds a charge. I have it obviously plugged in right now. I don't know how long of a charge it will take, but the fact it holds a charge at all. This is original. I can tell this has never been cracked open. 2008, but it did have a 2014 map on it, so the person who had it before me did in fact update it a few times. So I was like, okay. Oh, I'm glad you're seeing this right now. Here's a little quirk. Well, it kind of went away, but a quirk with these really old Nuvis is that, oh, it's doing it again, is that when you're in simulator mode, it will sometimes flip the car around and go in circles, because although this will work in, oh, did it stop? Yeah, it stopped. Let's try that again. Oh, I gotta pick a town. Come on. Oh, where should we go? Spencer. Why not? See if it actually starts up again. Oh, I think it did. When you're in simulator mode on these old Nuvis, it doesn't know how to process the newer map data, so it just keeps flipping the car around. When you actually drive around with it, it's okay. It's fine. But in simulator, yeah, and it might do it again, and probably will. Like, you see those little breaks in the road and things like that? That's from it trying to understand how to, yep, there it goes again. Okay, I will stop the simulator there, because this is just going to keep doing it. I can show the rest of the features anyway. Like I was saying, when you're in simulator mode, it is normal for these old Nuvis, pre-2010 era, to do that. Oh, I'm going to flip around the car and everything, a vehicle icon rather, and such and so forth. But you know, when you, as I said, when you use it in regular practice, it's fine. And amazingly, yeah, I can still drag the map around. I can still do all that. Surprisingly responsive too. I'm amazed at how responsive this thing is. Now, as you see, the speed limit's on the left instead of the right. This field is not, it does nothing. Well, except show you either your cardinal direction or time remaining. Estimated time of arrival. That's all this field will do. This one, you can actually bring up this information. But incredibly, this is before a Nuvi, at least on this one, would tell you the estimated time to the next turn. It will tell you the distance to the next turn, but not the time to the next turn, which is not that big of a deal for most people, but that's okay. Actually, let me do that. Let me see if I can get this thing going again, because there's other stuff I can show only when it's navigating. Let's go up here, set. There we go. Try going to Spencer again, see if it actually will do it. Oh, is it gonna go? Okay. So when you touch this up here, the directions, huge, very nice. And from there you can show the whole map of the journey. And it will give you the time and the distance remaining, but only the total time, not the time to the next turn. Like I said, this field doesn't do anything except either show time of arrival, estimated time of arrival, or your cardinal direction when not navigating. One nice thing on the top left on these older nuvies is that it's a condensed arrow. It's lovely actually because the arrow is bigger in fact than a nuvi 30, which is also a 3.5 inch and bigger than other 3.5 inch models like the 2250. And it has the biggest text directions, which is great for a 3.5, that is. And yeah, when I'm here, speed, cardinal direction, total distance remaining. Oh, is it flipping it around again? It might be. Okay, I can stop it from there. I just needed to show that part. Okay, other little things about this. Where to delete favorites is actually kind of buried. I'll just start there. It's actually in Tools and My Data. And that is where you can clear your trip log. I don't have any favorites loaded, which is why it doesn't show the... Actually, you know what? I'll show what happens. If I just go to that and save it as a favorite. Okay. And then I go to Tools and My Data. Yeah. I can go to delete this is where you delete favorites, and you can do a select all from here and just delete it from there. Or you can delete individual ones, or if you were, let me add it as a favorite again. Oh, can I? Okay, I'll just do it as a city. City, Spencer, save. You can do it individually. If I go to favorites and then pick one and then edit, and then you can delete from here as well. And while I'm here, before I delete it, these are the map symbols that you have. You have this first page, you have this next page. I like that one right there. The stadium one, that one looks cool. Garmin doesn't have these anymore. And the religious ones are up here. That's a cemetery. That's a school bus. So there's 3 pages of icons. The fish one looks kind of cool. I like that too. That one's for a drink, like a coffee shop or something like that. You got that one for the movie theater. That one I think is for a electric tower. That one, oh yeah, the beer mug. The beer mug's gone too. They used to have that. That's for prescription drugs for a pharmacy. That's a deer one for hunting. These are for parks. That's a radio, which is different from the other one. That's a radio tower, I think. That one's a synagogue. That one, oh God, I don't remember what the name of that type of religious facility. I'm sure someone could tell me. That one is a tent. I don't know what this X is for. It looks like 2 boards. I don't know what that one's for either. Some of them I just don't know. That, I assume, is a digging spot. What they did is Garmin would carry over the icons that they had in their trail units, and they just threw them into the automotive units, and it was neat. Oh, there's another one of a big rig truck. They got rid of that one too, at least in the Nuvi. There's a hang glider. Yeah, you never see that. That one hasn't been in Nuvis forever. There's a camper, a boat ramp, a shower facility up there, skull and crossbones, baseball. They've had the golf one pretty much forever, but the baseball one they got rid of. That one's for a theme park there with the Ferris wheel. where does see the planes right here? This one they still have. This one they got rid of. The red one they got rid of. Oh, the parachute, they got rid of that one too. They just look neat. Oh, there's one for a bridge. Some of these you'll recognize from modern units, but a lot of these they got rid of. They were so nice. I don't know what Garmin was thinking by getting rid of all this stuff. And you've got the ability to do assign categories here. You can also attach photo, kind of worthless, but it has it. Now, as far as, I'll just leave that favorite in there. Now, as far as the regular, I'll go to the tools first. In the settings, you've got your system stuff. You've seen that before. Navigation options. This is where you can avoid traffic. It can auto reroute you around it. There's 2 pages for this. There is the off-road and the less fuel option because, I don't know if it's on this screen. Well, that's all the stuff. Oh yeah, it has Bluetooth for the 265. Because less fuel, you can do eco route. And you can do a driving challenge. And if you do the driving challenge, it shows this guy. And then you can inspect it. And when you hit stop, it goes away. That's neat. And in the tool, that's the tools area I'm in right now. Aside from EcoRail, you do have your picture viewer, which shows photos on the unit. You can't take photos with it, but you can load JPEGs in here. And world clock and calculator and yeah, unit converter. Not much else. Does this one have... Yeah, it does have a currency converter. You can do that. You have to update it yourself, but you can do it. That's kind of neat. And what else do we got? I think if you zoom in enough, you start seeing icons. Yep, there we go. You definitely don't see this anymore, or at least not like this, where when you zoom into the map, you actually see icons that you don't see in the when you're choosing a favorites icon, like the sandwich. I'm 100% certain the sandwich is not it's in the unit, but it's hidden and only on the map. Let me see if it's actually, because I did not spot the sandwich. Is there a sandwich? Because we know it's in the unit. I'm not seeing it. So that's one of the hidden icons that's in the... Oh, there's another mountain. I didn't see that one before. But I don't see the sandwich. I find little details like this fascinating, personally, of what Garmin used to do with their older models. But yeah, on the map... Zoom back in. I want to see that sandwich again. Where's my sandwich? Did I lose my sandwich? Oh, nope, there it is. Gotta have my sandwich. What is this? And you can... oh, no, 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 no. No, stop. Okay. Anyway, found my sandwich. I could go there if I wanted to. There are, with these older models, there's a few annoyances with them, but not many. It's obviously a little slow on the draw. It is kind of annoying that the menu button is in the middle instead of having it as a back button on the left. I understand why Garmin did that for user interface purposes. It makes more sense to have it on the left side instead of a menu button in the middle. I mean, I suppose you can get used to it, but yeah, it's better that better that they got rid of that. The map button, this is the one that does not have the left and right zoom. They're both on the right side and stacked. That's good. The text is on the top. All the text actually is about the same size as on a nuvi 30. I also have a video on that model if you want to go look at that. definitely larger in text size compared to the 2250. And probably the most amazing thing about this thing is just the, well, other than the fact that it actually works, other than the fact that it actually holds a charge, is that the traffic works. And yeah, I ran this through Garmin Express, and I did update everything I could, and with the exception of the maps, which again I put on in not so honest ways. But yeah, this thing still works. The screen is still daylight readable too. It's actually in incredible condition. So basically unused, hardly, or not unused, but hardly used. This thing is just in really good shape. Is there anything else I can show here? Don't believe so. It is a basic unit. I mean, yeah, there is the Bluetooth, but I don't connect Bluetooth anything to this thing. Okay, technically, and the Bluetooth, by the way, is over, I believe, in, yeah, settings. Oh, the security thing, that's for the Garmin lock. And I mentioned that in another video. You can enter a 4-digit PIN of your choosing. That's what the Garmin lock is. But for the Bluetooth, now, as far as I know, because there is on this right side, it's kind of dark, but it's there. On the right side, there is a little hole there, which I believe is for a microphone. I don't know if this unit... in 2008, I'll say this first, the two top models for a 3.5-inch nuvi was this one, the 265, and the 275. The only difference between the two is that the 275 had what they called transatlantic maps, which basically means international maps. And the 265 did not. Feature-wise, they're the same. I do believe this thing, you can't give it voice commands. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that when Bluetooth connected, you should be able to use it as like a speakerphone, I think, and only in a really, really basic sense. So when a call comes through, because I don't even know if modern smartphones could even talk to this thing properly anymore. I don't even know. It would be an interesting experiment, that's for sure. But back in the day, what this thing would do is it would show text messages, and it would also show incoming phone calls, and you could answer the call with this thing and then just start talking, and using it as a speakerphone. Do I recommend doing that? No. No. The speaker is rather small, and well, see, at the time that in 2008, this had a better speaker than a phone did. Speakerphone did. These days, smartphones have better speakers, or at least equivalent speakers to this. So it really would not, unless if you have, if you're still using a flip phone or a feature phone and not a smartphone, sure, then you could Bluetooth this thing, and it would be a better option for speaking to people on the phone while in the car. Otherwise, it would be better just to use a smartphone handset directly. So with that said, yep, that's everything. So Garmin nuvi 265T still works. Traffic still works. Don't know if the Bluetooth works. Probably does.